His Excellency Dr. Julius Maada Bio, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, did I get it right? Her Excellency, my dear sister Dr. Fatima Maada Bio, First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone and President of UNFLUGGed, Your Excellency, my dear sisters of UNFLUGGed, Dr. Naidu, Executive Secretary of UNFLUGGed, honorable ministers, leaders of the United Nations system, partners in development, advocates for justice, friends of Africa, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is a profound honor to be with you here today in Freetown for this deeply significant gathering, a celebration of vision, solidarity, and shared resolve. In October of this year, I was unable to address you during the campaign launched in New York. But today, I stand before you, bringing warm greetings from the people of Liberia and from my husband of 53 years, His Excellency President Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr., a man who, like your president, understands the cost of peace and the value of partnership. Liberia and Sierra Leone are neighbors, and we are twin flames in Africa's historical struggle for freedom, born of repatriated dreams and united by a legacy of resilience. From the ashes of conflict to the front lines of climate adaptation, our nations have walked side by side. And today, we stand shoulder to shoulder once more, lifting the daughters of Africa so they may never again be left behind. I stand here as the First Lady of Liberia, but more importantly, as a sister among sisters, a daughter of Africa, and a voice for women and girls whose resilience has lit the path through every dark storm we have known. And speaking of lighting the path, let me pause to say, when it comes to this movement, there are two kinds of First Ladies in Africa: those who bring grace and those who bring fire. And then there is Sierra Leone's First Lady, Her Excellency Dr. Fatima Maada Bio, who brings both with heels on. My dear sister, you are young, vibrant, and unstoppable. In Liberia, they call me the oldest First Lady. Well, I say this with pride. Age brings wisdom. But clearly, youth brings wildfire, energy, and no off switch, no stop. We thank God for the way you have kept the engine of advocacy running full speed. Sometimes I wonder if you sleep at all. Fatima, do you sleep at some time? You are leading this campaign with vigor and setting it ablaze with purpose, power, and passion. And that, my sisters, is the beauty of this movement. Some of us bring fire, some bring wisdom, and we come together, we are unstoppable. As a Liberian proverb reminds us, one stick of broom can be broken, but the bundle is strong. And if I may add, many of us First Ladies know this truth intimately. Most of us do not even operate with statutory budgets like me. Yet we keep sweeping, supporting, and building, giving more than we have, fueled by purpose. That is why we choose to go far together. This campaign we are advancing today transcends a policy. It is a movement, a moral awakening. Its theme, building resilience for women and girls in the face of climate change and conflict, is both urgent and transformational. It reflects the lived realities of African women and girls, navigating overlapping crises that stretch their strengths but never break their spirits. We are meeting at a moment when climate change and conflict are colliding with devastating force. And this is not theoretical, it is deeply personal, especially for women. It is disrupting maternal and reproductive health. It is escalating gender-based violence. It is displacing families, shuttering schools, and shrinking women's economic dreams. When climate becomes crisis, I lower my voice, when climate becomes crisis and crisis becomes conflict, women often become collateral damage in between. We become collateral damage. That must stop. The African Climate Security Risk Assessment 2024 reminds us that women and girls carry the heaviest burdens. They are the first to rise at dawn to fetch scarce water, the first to leave school when disaster strikes, the first to suffer when systems collapse. Yet, they are also the first to rebuild, like here in Sierra Leone, the first to heal, the first to lead. So I declare today, resilience must become a right, not a privilege. As the late Wankara Mathaya once said, and I quote, "The higher you go, the fewer women there are. That is why when you claim, live as you rise," end quote. And so, as First Ladies and as leaders, it is our sacred duty to lift every girl and every woman as we rise in this global fight for justice. This campaign challenges us to rethink systems and respond wholly. Liberia embraces its vision, and we fully align with its call to action. Liberia has known the scars of war and the storms of climate shocks. But we have also witnessed the radiant power of women to turn ashes into beauty. From rural farmers adapting to unpredictable rains, to teenage girls advocating for education amid fragility, our women are not victims. They are survivors. You are survivors. They are not broken. They are builders. Let me say this clearly. A woman's strength is Africa's strength. If you want to secure Africa's future, secure its women. That is why Liberia stands in complete solidarity with POFLA's 2025-2027 campaign. And I, as First Lady of Liberia, stand with pride beside my sister, the fearless, fiery First Lady of Sierra Leone, whose passion has become a clarion call across this continent. When I heard this launch would take place here in Freetown, I knew I could not remain in Monrovia and send greetings. I had to come in person with heart and conviction. This moment is too important to witness from afar. I drove here not out of duty, but out of deep belief, because when one sister brings fire, another must bring fuel. Together we commit to one, advocating for bold investments in resilience and climate justice that reach our communities, not just our capitals. Empowering our youth, not as bystanders, but as architects of a new Africa. Building intercontinental bridges that will not collapse under the weight of crisis. And above all, placing women and girls at the center not the sideline, of peace and climate transformation. Let us remember, climate justice is climate justice. A girl with an education is a village with hope. A woman with opportunity is a nation with strength. When women rise, nations recover. Our daughters deserve more than a world where climate becomes conflict and conflict becomes destiny. Investing in women is not charity, it is strategy, it is power, it is justice. My dear sisters, this campaign must not stop at the podium. It must travel into policies, budgets, and power structures. Let us mobilize political will to embed resilience in every national agenda. Let us mobilize financing to support women-led solutions. Let us forge lasting partnerships that ensure health, education, protection, and dignity, even in the most fragile corners of our continent. Let this gathering in Freetown become a launch pad for legacy. We may not have statutory budgets, as most of us, including myself, but we carry something far greater, the moral budget of courage, compassion, and commitment. And as First Ladies, we do not simply walk beside presidents, no. We stand in the gap for the unheard, the unseen, and the uncounted. So, I say again, turn promises into policies, policies into power. Africa cannot afford to wait. Resilience delayed is resilience denied. Let me leave you with this African proverb, which says, and I quote, "When the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind," end quote. The women and girls of Africa are those roots, deep, unshaken, and life-giving. If we nourish them, they will withstand every storm, every trauma, and every barrier. Together, let us ensure that resilience is not a dream, but a live reality for every African woman and girl. Let history remember that here in Freetown, we refuse to let our women and girls be victims of a failing world, but made them victors of a flourishing Africa. May God bless the women and girls of Africa. May He strengthen Ofla, and may He crown this campaign and our continent with peace, promise, love, and progress. Thank you.